Are you tired of a life staring at a blue screen all day, endlessly scrolling through pictures, videos, memes, and smashing that like button?
Yeah, I am. Wait, who said that?
It is me, Jev, the better looking and more intellectual version of you, Gev.
Wow, you are a better version of me.
Yes, of course I am. But listen here, today is your lucky day because I will be showing you the power of reading a book and how to give those eyeballs some much needed rest.
Reading? Like that thing I used to do in school?
Yes, and it might surprise you with how many benefits it can have on your life. It reduces stress, lowers your blood pressure and heart rate, fights depression symptoms, it helps with falling asleep, and most importantly, it feels like an eye massage.
But reading sounds like such a drag. I'd rather be on my phone or playing video games or watching some Netflix.
You don't think I'd rather do that too? I'd whoop your ass in some Call of Duty. It takes effort and energy to read, but once you get going, the fulfillment is much greater than doing the same old easy thing over and over again.
I don't know, I've tried reading in the past and I just can't get into it. I reread the same sentence over and over and over and over again and make zero progress.
Don't worry, we've all been there before. And look, the key thing is to get a book that actually interests you. Don't worry about reading classical literature or self-help books if that's not your style.
Well, I don't know what to read. There's so many different genres and authors out there. It's so intimidating.
Look here, inferior version of me. Think of what TV shows and movies that you like. Think about a person that you admire or are curious about. Think about an era that fascinates you. Can you think of any examples yourself?
Well, I used to really be into Game of Thrones, but we all know how that ended. I am into fantasy in general, as long as it has good logic and writing.
You're on luck, because that show is based on a book written by George R.R. Martin. And while they are great, I would skip out because he's never going to finish the series anyway. What a waste. Maybe consider reading a book by another great fantasy writer such as Brandon Sanderson.
Hey man, these books look way too thick with 2 C's if you know what I mean.
That was cringy to watch. I think you'd agree. Look, not everyone is going to want to read these huge books. That's not the point. And you should steer clear of them if you are just starting off with reading. Just find something that piques your interest and give it a go. Maybe like The Road by Paul McCartney. It'll guarantee you to be in a depressed mood for a whole week afterwards. What'd I say?
Okay, well, even if I do buy a book, I'm just not sure if I have it in me to sit down and actively read it.
It is totally normal to feel that way, trust me. But the secret to reading is about one key thing, the environment.
The environment? Like how global warming is causing the polar ice caps to melt and the next generation of children might not get to experience the same world that we have? Like how most of the world doesn't actually recycle and they use gas guzzling cars and how the oil companies are destroying our one and only planet to live on and—
Whoa, slow down. Man, that was more depressing than The Road. When I say the environment, I mean the environment you set around yourself when you sit down or read a book. You need to get in the zone. You need to set yourself up for success.
Okay, well how would I do that?
It's quite rather easy, really. Yes, there are just 2 things you need to do. The first one is vital and of utmost importance. And the second thing, well, it's secondary and is an optional step.
Did you turn to Paul Hollywood from British Bake Off?
Sorry, I'm not sure what got into me. Anyway, the initial thing you need to do is to read first thing in the morning before you get started with anything else. Don't get on your phone and start swiping on Tinder or liking photos on Instagram or going down a rabbit hole on Reddit. No, instead, pick up a book and read.
Okay, so I need to read first thing in the morning. Got it. And what's that second optional thing?
If you want to create a successful environment for your reading time that really puts you in the zone, incorporate music.
So I can listen to Ariana Grande and read at the same time?
Well, yes, if you can stay focused. But what I would recommend is using study music that has no lyrics whatsoever. That way you can keep your mind on track and your wit sharp.
Okay, well, do you have any specific music in mind?
I'm glad you asked. The music I usually listen to is a lo-fi mix that you can find on Spotify or YouTube. There will be a link in the description below. And those are the 2 steps.
Wow, Jev, this has been so helpful. Do you have any other advice in mind?
Yes, actually. When first starting off, only read for about 20 minutes a day. It is important to make reading achievable and realistic. Once you start reading more, you'll automatically push yourself to read for longer durations of time. This will aid in getting through books quicker. Speaking of getting through books quicker, I'm not a fast reader. Should I start speed reading? Look here, Gev. I may be a better looking version of you and more sophisticated, but we actually read at the same exact speed.
Really?
But I read at talking speed. That is totally fine. I find that I would rather read at talking speed because it helps me retain and process the story more vividly. But if you can speed read successfully, then go for it.
Well, when you put reading that way, picking up a book doesn't seem so overwhelming. Thanks a lot, Jev.
You're welcome, Gev. I'm glad it could help you. And once you've read for the day, you can reward yourself with some Call of Duty and even watch The Office on Netflix. What's that? It's not on Netflix anymore? We hope this video inspires you to find a book that you find interesting and it really gets your reading journey started. And we'll catch you on the next one. So I want to send out a message to all my haters out there. You know, you guys are being so mean and...
You actually have no haters.
What's that?
Yeah, you
I
don't
don't
really
have
have any subscribers, that's why.
Oh, because I have no... Well, then start sharing this video so I can get some haters.